So guys, have you ever thought about, do you think of yourself as a reef keeper or a reef builder? When anyone asks me, I typically present myself as a reef keeper, but if I'm honest to myself, I'm probably more of a reef builder. What we have here in the background is the starting point of my 15th build, and yeah, I enjoy it a lot. I'm quite passionate about being a reef builder. And yeah, how do you succeed with building 15 reef tank? Yeah, you spend a lot of money because we know this hobby is quite expensive. But then I think it's also, you keep multiple tanks at the time. And for me, the way the process works is I plan. I think it's fun to plan and think and find inspiration for my next build. And then I actually realize it, I build it, and then I see it thrive. And when I see the build thrive, then I start thinking about how can I improve this? What can I do in my next build? Or what do I want to do next? More corals or other fish. Yeah. Maybe I'm not a reef keeper, maybe I'm a reef builder. Now, let me talk to you a little bit about the ambitions that I set for this tank, which I have in the back. Now, the inspiration for this tank is actually the best tank or the best build I ever made or ever achieved. And I built it 10 years ago. So let's have a look here at the picture. And on the picture we can see that it's a custom stand, a custom tank, custom glass, and a custom filtration. And you see that it's a peninsula style tank. It's 540 liters and it's see-through. And on the second picture you see clearly that I kept the scowl of different tanks and also primarily clownfish. And this one, yeah, you can see that I also try to have it working with the room, because the peninsula part is aligning with the glass of the room or the window of the room, so you have a see-through. And then on the left there's the overflow. It's actually quite a big overflow, big black part aligning with the wall. So yes, this is, going back here, this is the inspiration for the build I have in the back. And what I like about building reef or reef building is always, trying to improve. That's probably why it's a hobby and why I'm not a professional. It's like every time I do it, I'd like to do it a little bit better. So that's the ambition here. But maybe I'm humble and I'm thinking like, oh, the aquascape I made on the previous one, maybe I'm not succeeding doing it that good. So here's where I need your help, guys. Please give me feedback or thoughts on how to improve, but then also to increase my chances of succeeding. I add a few more parameters, not just the aquascape or the layout. I will also add a second parameter being maintainability, because I think the previous tank was a little bit painful to maintain, because when I went down and trimmed it, typically what happened, yeah, it was quite deep and quite high, so I knocked a few corals off, and then I spent the afternoon trying to fix that. So I'll try it. Second parameter that I'll be judging is the maintainability. And as you see on the aspect of what I keep in the back, actually it is lower. The previous tank was 60, but the one I have in the back is 45 actually, because that eases my accessibility. And the third one, yeah, third feature is, unfortunately we have the Russian-Ukrainian war hitting Europe, and a lot of consequences of that, but one being inflation. And yeah, it's not so nice to expand your hobby when you have 8 or 10% inflation, so that halted actually the expansion. But I'll try to keep my budget down. But yeah, if you're in the hobby, I'm gonna fail that one. Okay guys, so those are the ambitions set for this project, and I think, yeah, for my standards they're set high, and I love to have you on the journey for this project and to have you a part of it, to get your feedback, your thoughts, and I'll try to involve you as much as possible. And I think, yeah, I'd love it for having the 15th build being my best build ever. That would be very nice. And with that said, I give you the warmest of welcome to follow this new blog. And I thank you for your attention, and I wish you a pleasant evening and happy reefing, of course, guys. Bye bye.